Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome, Daily Theologians. Today is a somber day, and it's a day of reflection, and a day that I wanted to draw our attention to something that we may not actually be thinking about. So you'll want to stay tuned for this. I'm so glad you're here, and you'll want to check this out. So today is September 11th, and it's not just any September 11th. It is actually the 20th anniversary. Now, you probably remember where you were when the towers fell. I was in college. I was a freshman and going to class, and I remember they had a TV on a cart out, and people were watching it. And then I think classes were normal and then dismissed and canceled, and no one knew what was coming next. We thought, well, this is potentially a world war that is going to break out. And since we know from then what has happened. But the point of this video is to reflect on this day and the sacrifice that others have made to protect and love their neighbors. We saw great evidence of people in the police and fire departments loving their neighbor as themselves. And that's what Jesus really said the greatest fulfillment of the law would be. But I want you to think about something a little bit different from Matthew chapter 5 today. So Matthew 5 is the Sermon on the Mount, and this is where Jesus really takes the law and he elevates it. He says, "You have heard that it was said, you shall love your neighbor and hate your enemy. But I say to you, love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you, so that you may be sons of your Father who is in heaven. For he makes the sun rise on the evil and on the good, and sends rain on the just and the unjust. For if you love those who love you, what reward do you have? Do not even tax collectors do the same? And if you greet only your brothers, what more are you doing than others? Don't even Gentiles do the same? You therefore must be perfect as your Father in heaven is perfect." And so Jesus takes the law and he elevates it to a level that we cannot keep on our own. And he says, you must be perfect. And 9/11, we have a tendency to see people as our enemies. But as Christians, we have been reconciled to Christ to God through the blood of the cross, and we no longer have any enemies. We must remember that these people are like us. They were once dead in their trespasses and sins. We've been made alive in Christ. He made an enemy his friend through the cross. Jesus fulfilled the law and paid an infinite hell debt on the cross, died and rose. So we must remember, as we look around at the political landscape and the landscape of other nations, that these people are held captive to Satan. It is ultimately a spiritual battle, and we are ambassadors for Christ. God is making his appeal through you, be reconciled to God through Christ. So we are the peacemakers. We are the people with the good news, the gospel, that Jesus Christ has defeated sin, death, hell, and the grave, and is buying people back into his kingdom. When he did that 2,000 years ago, when he canceled the record of debt that stood against us with his man's this said nailed it to the cross. Colossians 2:14. Thanks for watching so much. Please remember to pray for those that are currently opposed to themselves and are our enemies. We have enemies, but the gospel says that we are peacemakers. So thanks for watching. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. And remember to hammer that like button, like the 95 Theses. Thanks for watching, and God bless.